It's getting to be that time of year where you might be thinking about a New Year's resolution. Now, I am not a fan of diets any time of year, and that includes New Year's, but New Year's resolutions still might be a good idea. So I'm going to tell you about some other things you can do instead of dieting and share what I'm going to be working on this year. So when it comes to New Year's resolutions, the classic example that everyone thinks of is some sort of diet or weight loss plan. But diets just really are no good. It's something I talk about on my channel a lot. Diets don't work, and they can a lot of times cause a lot of problems and turmoil along the way. So we don't want to do diets, but that doesn't mean that you have to throw New Year's resolutions out the window. I think it can still be a good idea to look at a new year and think about some things you might want to incorporate more or some goals that you want to set for yourself. It's also totally fine not to set a resolution at all. I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes to come up with something, but it's not something that you have to do, and if you don't want to, then don't do it. But if you are looking to improve on some area, it can be a good time to do this sort of thing. Now, as far as specific ideas of things to think about, I think it's really nice to look at a habit that you want to establish. So something that you wish you were doing more often or doing differently, and thinking about really working that into your routine and actually making it happen. So maybe you don't cook as much at home as you would like to. That could be something to work on. Maybe you want to incorporate some new recipes into your life. That's something that you could work on as part of your resolution. For me personally, something that I did for this past year was work on reading more. I really like to have reading in my life, but it's not something that I like instinctively do or necessarily always make time for. So something I worked on was setting some time at bedtime to read. Now, it didn't happen every single night, and I wasn't like clocking my hours or anything like that, but I tried to, do things to encourage myself to make it happen. So keeping the book that I'm reading on my nightstand at night, trying to focus on getting in bed a little earlier so I have that time to read. And another thing that really helped me was just focusing on how much better I felt when I actually did it. When I read before bed, I just feel way more relaxed and peaceful, and it makes me really happy. So when I could focus in on like, this is something that makes your life better, and it's something that, if you make that choice to do it, you will be happier once you've actually gotten into it and started, and not let, your phone distract you or whatever else can kind of come in and derail us when we're trying to make a change. That's something for me, that is something that for me was really, really helpful, and it actually worked. I didn't read every single night, and I wasn't reading like stacks of books, but I read several books this year. A lot, that I really enjoyed. Some were fiction, some were nonfiction. I got a mix of things in there, and it's something that I really think has been established as part of my new routine, to have some reading in my life, and something that I'll be able to continue into the next year. And speaking of this coming year, I have a new goal, something that I want to work on this year, and that is I want to do more yoga. I know yoga really makes me feel better. It's something I really enjoy, but I don't always make the time for it. I do go to yoga classes here and there, but I just want to work it into my life more consistently and make it something that I'm doing not necessarily every single day, because I don't think that there are many things that I can do every single day, maybe brush my teeth or something like that. But not the pressure that it has to happen every single day, but just making it, again, just like the reading, something more a part of my routine, something that I kind of work into the rhythm of my life and how I do things. The first step of making this happen this year is actually happening right now. It's me telling you about it, because for me, having accountability from other people really makes a big difference for me. I mean, some people are very self-motivated, and if they just make a choice, then they do it, and that's fine. And I can be that way with certain things, but I know that this yoga thing is something that I've kind of been working on in the background, for the past couple years, and not really making it happen, not really doing it. I think part of that is not focusing on it as much, but I think also part of it is the accountability factor. I know it's something that will help me, so I'm telling you about it. Now, another thing I'm going to be doing to help make this a new part of my routine is doing this year's Yoga with Adriene series for January. Now, if you're not familiar, Yoga with Adriene is a YouTube channel, lots of great yoga videos. I talk about her a lot because I just love that channel. I think it's great. And every year for the past few years now, she's done a series in January where she posts a new video every single day with a new yoga practice. And each year kind of has a theme. This year it's called True, but I really want to do this. And so I am telling you about it. And if you want to do it with me, I think that would be really cool too. Now, I've done the series in the past, but I've never done it every single day through the month. And that's something that I really want to make happen this year, because I know when I'm doing yoga, I feel better mentally. I also think it would really help me physically, just because I do have some wrist pain from typing all the time, and I think scrolling on my phone a little too much. So I have that going on. If you've been around here for a while, you know I kind of had a back thing flare up a couple years ago. I like strained a muscle, and that's never been 100%. I feel like, again, it's related to the phone and the computer. The muscles in my back can kind of get tightened up, and I think it's because I'm looking down at my phone a lot, looking at the computer a lot, doing that sort of thing, and it's an issue for me. So I think the yoga would help with all of that stuff. So I really want to make it happen, and I think doing it every single day for the month of January and just kind of getting that push in, I think it's going to help me figure out how it fits into my life. You know, figure out, is it a morning thing I want to do? Is it something I want to do in the evening? Just kind of really focus in on how to make it a part of my routine. And to up the accountability factor, and also to help you if maybe you're interested in doing the Yoga with Adriene series in January, because I know that several of you have told me that you enjoy her videos as well, I'm going to be sharing about it too. So I'll be giving you updates on my Instagram stories, and also something that I think could be a fun idea, let me know what you think, because I think it could be good, is doing a bonus video each week. So it'd be just for the month of January. So it would just be, you know, a bonus video each week in January talking about how I'm feeling that week, what I'm liking, or what my experience has been like with the challenge. Is that something y'all will be interested in? I think it could be fun, and I think it would help me stay on track with it. So that's what I'm thinking. I hope that you will join me if that's something you are into, or, you know, let me know in the comments if you have any other goals or things you want to focus on this year, because I'd really like to hear that as well. And with any of these goals, I think it's important too to not like be unrealistic with what you're doing. You know, with this daily yoga practice, I'm totally open to that. You know, sometimes a day goes crazy and it might not happen, and maybe I double up the next day to catch up or something. Or maybe a day goes crazy and I still say, no, I'm going to carve out this time and make it happen because it's really important to me, and I want to set this boundary that I'm going to do this as a part of my day. You know, every day is different, and you kind of have to work with it, and every situation is different, so there's definitely room for that. But I think having the structure and having the accountability and having a plan is something that's really going to help me, and it might be something that helps you too with whatever resolution you're trying to set. Because with these goals, just like anything else in life, it's not about being perfect, okay? That's not what we're striving for, is to become perfectionists or be neurotic about this sort of thing. But I think it also helps maybe to challenge yourself a little bit, but not to push yourself too far. And that kind of ties in with the whole yoga thing, and something I really like about yoga is it's about, you know, giving yourself that challenge, but also not pushing yourself to the extreme, and knowing when to pull back and be, you know, gentle with yourself. And I think that's really an important lesson in life in general. It's good for stuff that's related to health, and it's something that I'm going to be trying to practice this month as I work on making yoga a bigger part of my routine. And let me know in the comments if you want to join me doing this Yoga with Adriene thing this month. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, or if you have another resolution you want to work on, or if you're like, no, I'm not doing any resolutions at all because I don't want to, or resolutions aren't my thing, or whatever, because that's totally fine too. And if you happen to be new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and videos like this one, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. And if you want to watch some more videos, I have a couple linked over here that you might like. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.